You know me, folks, I like nothing better than trying to find you kind of hidden gems, places that are really, really good that you might not come across unless you're really looking. Today, I think I found one of those places. Well, fingers crossed anyway. We have come to a place here called Birchwood. I'm in Kent, just outside of the village of Goudhurst. This place, apparently, is really, really good. They've got their own little small holding, they've got their own butchers. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they put these ingredients together. It should be top quality stuff. Excited. Beautiful views over the Kent countryside. Let's get inside and find out what it's all about, shall we? So, come in and been seated. Very, very friendly staff here. And I've got to say, I quite like the vibe of this place. I mean, you can see here, part of the menu is projected up onto the wall. Just in case you're too old and you can't read the little writing on the menu. Design in here, it kind of almost feels Scandinavian. Kind of like you're in an IKEA showroom, but in a much better way than being in an IKEA showroom. Light oak or something like that, furniture all around, and little animal skins about, funky lighting. And it looks really, really sort of clean and fresh and inviting. I mentioned the menu, it changes all the time, okay? There's a little message on here at the top of the menu, which basically says that they source all the ingredients from their local farm, which is mentioned on here, the small holding, their own butchers, the block, and then day boats from the fishing. You're not too far away from the coast here, really, within sort of 20, 30 minutes of the likes of Hastings and places like that, where they land quite a lot of fish, and all different growers around the southeast region. So it says each dish is guided by what's freshest and most flavourful this week, prepared simply to let the produce shine. Nice little ethos, that. The menu is relatively tight. You've got a few little snacky bits. What's that? Half a dozen small plates, half a dozen mains, and a few little sides. And again, like I say, just changes weekly, depending on what's good. I like it. So I'm gonna get myself an order in, try a few little bits, and fill up this belly, because I am peckish. Could we please have the cod croquettes, the hummus, and the trout pate?
Yeah, would you like some bread from the spreads?
Yes, please. Yeah. So, what do we think? Sourdough or focaccia? Sourdough, please.
Yeah.
And can we please also take one of the rump? That's from your own butchery, is it? That one? Yeah. Oh, okay, brilliant. I'm more than happy with that recommendation. That's perfect for me. We'd also like the chicken, please. And can we get a portion of skin on fries? The roasted squash, please. That sounds interesting. And the gem lettuce with anchovy mayo. That's perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Cheers. So folks, starter plates have arrived, and I've got to say, they're presented very, very nicely. I like the crockery, and I like the way they've been done. So we've got some bread here, sourdough bread. That's going to go with the hummus and with the pate, I guess. Looks really nice. Wants to. It's a £5 for 2 slices of bread and a bit of butter. That's a little bit pricey. The trout pate, beautiful pink colour. And you've got a herb oil over the top of it there. With that nice green colour in there as well. Very nice. Similar kind of thing over here with the hummus. Nice bit of oil in there. And that's a white bean hummus, I believe, with rose harissa. So a nice little Moroccan flavour into that. And these pretty little cod croquettes here. Got a little bit of sauce to hold them in place. Very, very thinly sliced pickled cucumber on the top. No, it's not cornichon. And anyone who's playing the cornichon drinking game, time to take a shot. So where am I going to start? I'm going to start with the hummus. Just going to grab a little bit of the crust of this bread to dip into there. Oh, the bread's nice and warm. There we go. Oh, good crusty bread. I like it. So I'm going to get a little bit of the harissa there. a little bit of the hummus. Here we go. You can definitely taste that it's made with bean rather than chickpea. And it's really smooth, really smooth. Look at that. Nice bit of flavoured oil there. And the harissa brings a little chilli bite. Got some sweetness in there as well. That is really nicely made. I'm going to put that to one side. That is a winner. I think that was just £5 as well, the harissa. Yeah, the harissa hummus, £5. Not bad, not bad. The cod croquette next. 2 of these for £6 a portion. Look at the colour on them, beautifully fried. And I guess this is just a sort of one biter, isn't it? We're not going to muck about. Got this green sauce underneath. Or shall I be more delicate and bite it in half and show you? What do you think? Maybe I should. I'm in a restaurant, not my own home after all. There we go. And like a really posh, delicate fish cake. You've got parsley inside. Nice chunks of cod in there too. You can actually taste the cod and feel the cod. So it's not like one of those fish cakes you get out of a freezer bag or whatever, where everything's just minced up. This is really good. Hot too. Ooh. Now it's time, folks, to move on to the trout pate. Obviously some dill and some other herbs going through there. That nice green oil as well. And we got the bread. So, grab a little bit of that off of there. Grab some of this pate. Look at that, lovely flakes of trout in there. And this is locally caught trout. Get that on there. I don't think we need the butter with this. This should be good by itself. Oh, look at the beautiful pink colour. That is yummy. I said the bread is lovely and crispy, but it's got that nice sourdough chew in there. This pate is soft as soft can be. The delicate fish in there. Bit of creme fraiche mixing in, hold it all together. And those herbs just add a little zing of freshness. I've got to say I'm impressed with all of this. And I don't think it's expensive really for what it is. Main courses, folks. This looks banging. Look at this chicken dish we have here. So this is a chicken with courgette and a romesco sauce. Beautiful chicken breast. Nice colour on the skin there. And all different kinds of courgette. I don't know whether these are pickled or whatever. Griddled. Who knows? And then we've got the romesco sauce there. That's a really pretty looking plate of food. We have the steak and chips. This is what I'm talking about. Beautiful rump steak there. Nice portion of fries, more than chips, I'd say. And a watercress salad with some shallot in. I am looking forward to trying that, let me tell you. And then we got the couple of sides here. We got the roasted squash. And what does the roasted squash come with? Burnt onion, apparently. I can see some spring onion in there. I guess the burnt onion is kind of a little saucy bit underneath. And a little salad here. We have the baby gem with the anchovy mayo, some crumb over the top. I'm expecting that to have kind of Caesar salad vibes to it. This looks like a treat, doesn't it? So let's move these sides out of the way a second. And I'm going to start with this chicken dish. But what I'm really interested to try is all these different courgettes. So let's just pick here one of these off the top. Almost raw. A little pickled element to it. Just very, very, very gently I'm guessing like maybe even poached a touch, but just to take that crispness off. Very flavoursome. I've got to say, normally courgette is not one of my favourite vegetables. I find it a bit watery, a bit uninspiring. That's good though. I'm going for this one over here. This is a sort of blackened one here. Again, because I think courgette is quite bland, that charring really amplifies the flavour. Gives a burnt element, but it benefits from it. I wonder if this one is any different here. It's certainly got less charring on it, but the attention to detail in just the way it's been sort of crisscrossed there, so that it cooks nice and evenly and all the way through. Probably my least favourite of the three. It's always got a little bitterness to it, but I love the way they're doing things. Right, onto the chicken itself. Just take a little piece off the end here. Oh, lovely and moist chicken there. We'll get some of this romesco sauce on there. Oh, that looks inviting, doesn't it? Oh yeah. The chicken skin has got just a little bit of crisp to it. The chicken itself is lovely and moist, but that sauce, that is dynamite. Real punchy flavour in it. Sometimes romesco sauces can be a little bland and uninspiring. This isn't. We have got all sorts in there, really amplifying the flavour. Love it. Really works nicely with that chicken. Let's move that out of the way. We're going to move on to the squash. And I think that's probably the most natural accompaniment to that chicken dish. So we've got a few pieces here of the roasted squash, and then underneath, this I think is the burnt onion element. Now squash normally is the kind of thing I only really eat in soups. Butternut squash soup with a bit of coconut milk, some Thai flavours in there, something like that. Lovely. So let's see how we like this one. Get some of the burnt onion on there, a little bit of the spring onion. That sauce is what makes it. It's been roasted beautifully, this though. And it's got a really nice delicate flavour. Like this onion sauce stuff here. That's where the money is. Wow. It's kind of like an onion, burnt onion mayonnaise, if you like. It moistens everything up and it just gives loads of flavour. Steak and chips time, folks. This is that steak from their own butchery, the Block Butchery. They recommended it medium rare, so let's see how that comes up. The chips served in a little wooden bowl here, again, kind of fitting in with that Nordic theme I mentioned earlier on, how everything kind of looks Scandinavian. And I've got to say, it's a really decent portion too. So, let's try one of these fries first. They're really good. So crispy on the outside. You've got skin on there. And they've salted them when they come out of the fryer. And even though I've reviewed the chicken and the squash first, they're still really warm. Just keeping them in that little wooden bowl has made all the difference. I'll tell you what, I could have come in here, just got a portion of these fries, some of that trout, some of that hummus, and I'd have been a pretty happy boy, to be honest with you. Let's move on to this steak. How is this going to cut? Actually, I'll put it back round that way so you can see more easily. We'll move the salad away. So it's a nice piece of steak, look at that. And we're going to go down the middle with this steak knife and see how it looks inside. Medium rare. Beautiful. Look at that. So let's cut a piece off of here and give it a try. Do you know what? I think rump steak is pretty underrated. I know it's a little bit cheaper than sirloin and fillet and ribeye and all those kind of ones. And it can be a little bit tougher if it's not treated correctly. but it's got real flavour. That's so good, it's almost wrong. I've got garlic butter melted all over the top of it. Gives it a lovely kind of glossiness. Butter and steak is great, isn't it, together? But the actual meat itself, I mean, you can tell this is quality meat. And it's cooked beautifully. Look at the colour on that. Absolutely gorgeous. But what's more gorgeous is the taste of it. Love it, love it, love it. I tell you what, I would much rather go into a place and pay top dollar for a really good rump steak than a bang average fillet steak. Let's try this watercress salad. Again, watercress, great accompaniment for steak. It's just peppery. A bit more interesting than most salads, isn't it? And with the shallot in there, so finely sliced. Yeah, that's really good. Really good. We're going to move on to the salad there, but I've got to try another fry. I mean, I've been to some great steakhouses on this channel. Hawksmoor, Delmonico's, places like that. That's right up there amongst the best of them. It really is. Really is. Okay, final thing from this main course. The baby gem with the anchovy. Again, it's a salad I think is a great accompaniment with steak and fries, or steak and chips. You've got a crumb over the top there. Dressed brilliantly. Every little bit of the lettuce by the looks of it. The lettuce is crisp and fresh. The crumb, again, keeps that crispness going. And that dressing is velvety. And not overly anchovy, you know? You can tell it's there, but anchovy is really punchy if it's used incorrectly. Wow. A great side salad can really make a dish. And again, I think it's something that a lot of places overlook. They just put a little bit of garnish on the plate. Both of these are fabulous. One dessert here, we're just going to share it. But just something sounded so great on the menu, could not try it. This is a plum dessert. Of course, Kent is famed for growing fruit, and plums being one of them. Have a look at that. This is a plum and barley set custard, or set cream, sorry. And then with plum and a meadow sweet crumble on there. Of course, meadow sweet is a flower plant, very much the darling of people using them in desserts at the moment. It's kind of got a almondy, marzipan-y, but slightly grassy flavour to it. Wonder how it'll go with this. I'm just going to dive in and grab a bit of everything. Well, it's certainly set, there's no doubt about that. It's not a panna cotta. It hasn't got a wobble to it, but we got a little bit of everything there. Wow. The combination of flavours and textures there, it's something else. The plum is really sharp, really sharp. And then there's a sweetness in that set cream. And the crumb on the top has got a crunch to it. The plum is quite soft. And the cream then, right, it's creamy, isn't it? That is a clever little combination. Spoon's a bit big, really, because if you really wanted to, you could probably do it in 1 or 2 bites, but that is a lovely, lovely way to end the meal. So, folks, got the bill, paid the bill, £98.90. Now that's fed 3 of us pretty well, with the 3 starters, the 2 mains. There was an extra portion of fries that Little had off camera, and the 1 dessert. More than adequate, more than adequate. But what stood out for me is the quality, and that's throughout the meal. I could stand here and wax lyrical about the quality of the main courses, the chicken and the steak. I mean, the steak was banging. You go into somewhere like Beefeater and order a sirloin steak, it's probably going to come in not far off that cost. And that's a lot better, believe you me. But I'm not going to talk about that. What I want to talk about is the quality of the starters and the sides. In a lot of places, they're overlooked, aren't they? Not here. Those sides, the squash, the lettuce, and the fries, £4 each. Okay, the fries that I had were part of my steak meal at £26, but it's £4 for the portion that Little 'Un had. And each of those things was treated with the same attention to detail that the mains were. The starters, the cod croquettes, the hummus, and that trout pate. All absolutely delicious. And not crazy expensive either. The pate was £7, the croquette £6, the hummus just £5. The one thing possibly a touch overpriced, 2 slices of bread and some butter at £5. But I mean, you see that kind of all over the place, don't you? I'm really pleased we found this place out. And the only reason we found this place is because we happened to be down in the area doing something else, and I had a quick Google around. It's so easy when you're in a place that you don't know very well, just to go with a chain or some kind of name you're familiar with. Don't do it, don't do it. Look around, see if you can find something that's got good reviews locally and support a local business. These guys are growing their own veggies and fruit, they've got their own butchery, and they're supporting other local producers and suppliers. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what we need to be doing, okay? The chains are all well and good if you're really in a bind, but finding places like this, I mean, 3 of you go for lunch at a big chain, it's going to cost you best part of 100 quid anyway, isn't it? Probably. Isn't this better? I think so. What do you reckon? Not much to say? Pretty quiet, isn't he? Do you know what? Maybe he thinks it's a bit dear here. Oh God, leave the dad jokes, Greeno. I've got to come up with a score for this. I mean, I can't find anything I don't like about it. The only thing I could criticise is the price of that sourdough. It could be £1 or £1.50 cheaper, but that's not enough to knock anything off the score because everything else is just great, absolutely great. It's a 5 out of 5 from me. Does it get Greeno's green light? Well, look, everything around me is green, isn't it? England's green and pleasant land down here in the Garden of England in Kent. Yeah, green light all day long. But if you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed eating this lunch, as much as my mate here has enjoyed standing looking at the countryside, then don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me, ding your bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel, look around the vault. You guys all know what to do, don't you? Right, where to now? Where are we off to? It's very quiet, this one. Guess I'll have to come up with my own plan. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye for now.